We're at the airport. Let's go to our gate. Made it home. We're in Minnesota. I'm waiting for my mom to pick me up. MSP Airport, the best airport in America. Hey YouTube, it's a Wednesday. We are back in Minnesota. You are live from my basement. You'll see up here, there's a bunch of Hall of Fame stuff and awards and certificates from my mom's amazing athletic career. Our basement is kind of a shrine to my mother. There's just all of her stuff here, and it's always inspiring. Like, a lot of people probably don't know that the way that I am the way I am is probably because my mom has been such a beautiful influence on my life. So we're here with all of her awards. Speed workout today, it's a Wednesday, it's my dad's birthday, so I'm up before everyone else in the basement, being quiet with my cats. Got in yesterday, I didn't really want to film anything. We kind of got little clips of, I think, traveling. But now we're gonna run just around the burbs. I'm gonna have like an intentional run around the lakes on Saturday when I have 12 miles. And I think my sister and her husband might be fun and like bike alongside me, or they might like, we've had this idea that they're gonna throw me muffins like as my fuel when I'm running. Oh, we have a cat. Come here. Okay, we have one of our 4 cats has entered the chat. Do you guys know that during the pandemic when I was down bad, I mean everyone else was too, but I was like, oh, I have to get a kitten. And I was like, Kate, your apartment is 500 square feet. That's quite inhumane, but not really. More like dogs are inhumane in my opinion in New York City. But I'll go share with my mom later today to get some staples. I'm lacing up the Clifton. This is such a bad view. Lacing up the Clifton 9s for today's workout. 50 degrees outside, which I'm very excited about. I don't need to just drip sweat. Today, we're gonna go over to my sister's house, which is crazy to say that my sister has a house. She bought it last year. We're gonna watch a volleyball game. We were supposed to go to University of Nebraska today. My mom played there, and there's like this huge ceremony and this like alumni kind of thing, but because of my dad, we're not going, and it's just, it sucks. My mom really wanted to go, and we all wanted to go and support her and like have this amazing ceremony, but my dad has his biopsy on Thursday, so we cannot go to Nebraska. I think we're still gonna try to go to the state fair, which will be fun. Charles Schultz, who made the Peanuts, Snoopy gang, he's from Minnesota, and at the Natural History Museum, there's like some exhibit for him. We might go. Also, my mom's making me go through apparently all of my childhood toys and deciding which ones I want to keep and throw away. So maybe I'll just start crying later. I find this energy drink. I was doing instant coffee and it tasted kind of bad. We'll see what this is. Zoa. Let's go get the run done. A little suburb moment. Hi everyone, welcome to my childhood bedroom. I just finished up my run. It was the first time I did a speed workout where I actually felt like super confident in myself. 10 weeks till the marathon, which is starting to creep up and freak me out, like the actual logistics of running the race. I'm not nervous about really the distance. Okay, I am nervous about that, but more of what I'm worried about is like running with all the people, getting to the start line. Like you have to get on a ferry at 7 a.m. and I've seen the photos of it and it looks like hundreds of people and thousands of people trying to get on the same ferry for a race, and then you have to wait before you start, and like that part sounds miserable. I have to get better at the fueling stuff or kind of think about like my strategy. It was very nice yesterday. My mom had a printed out map of the New York City Marathon because they're gonna come and watch me, which is very exciting. And so they're gonna have like liquid and fuel and stuff for me at some point, but I have to coordinate with them like where they should go and stand. Dad's birthday today. Gonna hang out with fam. Maybe I'll take you along if I do anything exciting, but I think I'm gonna go to the grocery store, which is very exciting in the Midwest. A legit ass grocery store versus stuffy New York City ones. But let's go do that and have a good Wednesday.
But they have all.
Yeah, they do. It's right next to. We officially made it to the Minnesota State Fair 8 a.m. I've already consumed 5 milligrams. I'm on my 5-mile run. More like 4.5 miles, but who's counting? Who knows how long I'm gonna stay here, but my first plan of attack will be a turkey leg. What'd you get?
An iced chai, iced chai mini donut coffee or something.
Do you have any wise words to say, Bosch?
No.
What are you looking forward to?
Oh,
No comment from Matthew. State fair updates. How are we doing?
I'm very full. Oh,
This you got for giving blood?
no, not giving blood. I just got my blood type. All positive, baby.
How do you feel? I don't feel my best.
Bull bites?
Bull bites. You guys are leaving soon. The cookies, right? Deep fried cookie dough.
Is that good?
And what else? What's the last thing you're gonna get?
Oh, when we leave, we're getting what?
Cookies.
Sweet Martha's. Had
Ribs.
I had a pork sandwich. I had, the best was the cheese curd, dill pickle, taco. That was the best.
For me, I had an underwhelming turkey leg. I think I went to the wrong place accidentally, and then I got a chocolate nut roll, pecan nut roll, then I got a pickle, raw pickle, and then I got short ribs. And now I'm debating if I get birthday cake mini donuts, ice cream, or cookie dough.
All of the above. Well, you gotta show the taxidermy.
I don't have to show the taxidermy.
No,
I don't think he's a little bit hot. Matthew does not like it. How was the fair?
It was good. I didn't really eat that much, but that's good.
Cake donuts.
I don't feel nauseous because I didn't have a funnel cake. So
Right?
I feel good. I ate all three. I have a food baby. Ready?
Oh my gosh.
And he
that
found out
out.
he's O positive.
We already got that.
Positive.
Beautiful day to be at the Minnesota State Fair. Signing off now. Morning YouTube, happy Saturday. We are at the lakes in Minneapolis and we have a 12-mile run. Starting to feel a little bit nervous about the marathon, which I said before. 10 or 9 weeks away, so it's getting closer. Starting to worry about the distance, the fueling, the logistics, will my body perform, how will I feel mentally. It's not to the point where it's debilitating, it's just definitely top of mind right now. Have this 12-mile run, went to the state fair yesterday, so I'm a little bit zonked from that, but ate well, have a lot of fuel in the body. I started to think about how cool it is that I can go on this 12-mile run right now. I think as a background, I did play volleyball growing up, but I didn't take my athletics and my health very seriously at all. If anything, I kind of sabotaged my health. I feel like I talk about my eating disorder all the time. It's not even like a trigger warning to mention, because it shaped a lot of who I am and kind of like my purpose I see in the world. I remember going to volleyball practice and just like not eating or eating very few calories and expecting myself to not only to perform, but to excel. And giving myself a chance now. Like, I packed so much fuel. Long story short, is it TDLR? I don't really know. Emma, who I podcast with, says it all the time, and I feel like I always say it wrong. Too long, didn't read. TLDR. My sister and her husband, Greg, were going to come and, like, throw me muffins. We were just making a joke about it, how funny would it would look if I'm, like, running the marathon and they're, like, throwing me food. So I packed some muffins. Shout out to my sister if you're watching this. She says she watches my YouTube videos every now and then if she wants to hear my voice. So maybe she's tapped into this one. And I have my usual fuel that I do. Bananas kind of make me want to throw up sometimes. But she went and got me a 12-pack of muffins. I'm not going to need all 12, but so kind of them. So different to do an activity and to support yourself and to see yourself, have the resources you need to get to that finish line. Whether that is actually a race or whether that's just some goal you have in your life, you can't expect yourself to perform and excel, like I mentioned before, without giving yourself that, without believing in yourself. And I think those pieces of the puzzle are really tricky to dial into. Turn off my mom's car. I literally forget how cars work. Okay, that's step one, we did that. Had a little emo ride over. As you guys know, I'm going through a lot personally. I'm rolling around Minneapolis. But, we have 2 hours now to think about that, think about my dad's cancer, think about ways I can be useful to the family. and why am I fucking full ass bawling now? Girlies, this Mercury retrograde shit, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. But it's September 2nd, new month. Fuck August. Fuck August if you're out there listening. I hated the month of August. So warm up and get ready and get in the zone. Love you guys, and I'll chat with you later. Yo, we just ran 12 miles. Oh my god, we did it. It was so hot by the end of it, but the fueling went great, the hydration went great. I ran like 20 seconds faster per mile than I was supposed to, or I expected. Wow, that guy just fucking flew past me. But it was great. I stopped, had my little muffins from my sister. Shout out my sister. I had a banana, even though that kind of made me want to fucking throw up. Gonna treat myself to a Zevia. I feel like this is the beverage of the Midwest. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, let's go home and shower off. My hair is slowly just like becoming a nest. I feel like I pull out so much hair every time I wash it. I'm trying to wash it less. I know that I'm kind of failing at that. And I've made fun of the TikTok girlies that are like, no shampoo, but I just can't figure it out simply because when I run, my hair is that sweaty, so I can't just leave this. Anywho, let's go home, hang with the cats, hang with the fam, and get on with our Saturday. Cheers. I forgot to take the camera off the dash, and I hope that this did not just fucking break it. Whoops. Okay, hi, we are in my childhood bedroom. I haven't even introed you guys to the book that I'm reading for this video yet. I've been reading it. I have like 50 pages left, so I'm at page like 350 right now. It's by Rick Rubin, and it's called The Creative Act. I will tell you guys more about it when I get back to New York. It's a Monday, podcasted with Emma this morning. It's my off day from running and working out, which was great. And I'm flying back to New York tonight, because I gotta get back to do life things. So I'll intro you guys the book probably Tuesday morning when I get back, and hopefully this video will be up then. Hi everyone, we are back in New York City. It is a Tuesday morning and I got my easy run. Took a late night flight back, I finished the book. I have like only 5 more episodes left in the Snoopy show, which I'm kind of devastated about. But if I'm gonna be honest, I've been slightly high or distracted while watching it, so I'm just gonna rewatch it again. If you're concerned about my Snoopy addiction and you're like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing, baby girl, don't care. Second of all, worst things I could be addicted to. The only thing that I'm doing is embarrassing myself from probably future romantic partners, but it's besides the fucking point. I couldn't care less. So I'm gonna go on my run, and genuinely the only thing that I've been wanting to do is run. Like if I had a 25-mile run in front of me, I would be like, let's go. It's a good way to think about stuff. It's a good time to be alone. But running is just something that's consistent that I feel like when I'm going through stuff, I really rely on to provide me that like release. I think a lot of people can relate to that too. DVD on medical news with my family. I had to come back because I have some events and some other stuff I have to do this week. A lot of my job requires me to like film ads, and so product gets shipped to this apartment. Hypothetically speaking, in the future, if I were needed to like go home, I could probably work from Minnesota, depending on like what happens with my dad, but we're not at that point yet. Gotta take it day by day, otherwise I will freak out. So I'm back in New York because mama's gotta make some money, because I feel like I made 0 income in the month of August. Influencers, like being a freelancer, and there was kind of nothing to do in August in terms of brand partnerships. For the run, after we eat breakfast, do the whole thing. I'll talk to you about the book, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. That's a book that I really needed right now, as someone who is a creative. Cringe. The book has a lot of insight, and it really hit me at this point when I feel like I'm in kind of a crisis, and it's kind of like, okay, life happens, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to sit and mope, or do you want to move on with your life and make beautiful things and recognize like joy and beauty in the world? So that's gonna be the attitude. I'm gonna keep my eyes open on this run to take it all in. I'll talk to you when we finish it up. Hi YouTube, it's a Tuesday. We finished up our run, ate breakfast. We are ready. Let's chat about the book that I read for this video. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I don't know about Rick Rubin. He is a producer. He's produced probably some of your favorite artists. I became familiar with him from a 60 Minutes interview that he did. He has a very interesting way to produce music. I would just suggest you go watch that clip, like get out of this video, go watch that. He like lays down, he gives a really interesting feedback to artists, and his relationship with the artists that he produces for is very unique. And so he's been taking like 10 years or something to write this book. I listened to him on a few podcasts, like he went on Jay Shetty, he went on other people. It is like 400 pages long. It's a guidebook on like how to be creative through the lens of Rick Rubin. I found it really refreshing and regenerative. Now it is very vague. vague in the sense that it's just like, here's how to be creative. It kind of gives his framework of like, you first need a source and then you have to let it develop, but it has a lot of good points about self-talk and like not questioning yourself. The only way to make art is just to speak your truth that is like your unique experience, and like forget about the audience and all that stuff. And I often don't remember that like I am a creative as a content creator. I just feel like I don't really know what I kind of classify myself as some days. Sometimes I feel very like informational. Some days I'm just like, oh, I'm like a little like runner girl that people get like visual inspiration from. I know that my words matter too, but I often don't think about creativity unless I'm in a rut, which is kind of where I feel like now. Very interesting transitional period of my life with uncertainty, and I've been playing around with like listening to that uncertainty because like, once again, what else is my fucking option? It's either like life is uncertain or you can pretend you have control over it even though you don't. And so this book really helped me. Like, I get really in my head about thinking about my audience. If people like my content, like, I'm not growing, am I growing fast enough? Like, are brands finding me annoying, or do they want to work with me? Like, that's kind of something I struggle with as a creative creator. And also like coming up with new content when you feel like there's so much out there, not only just content, but like styles of content. Like, how do I make something new? How do I make something interesting? So the book really helped me to think about my own creative process and like, do I actually allow myself time to meditate on ideas and try new stuff, or do I just kind of like produce the same videos just to produce them? So highly recommend this book. It's pretty easy to get through because it is just like philosophical. It's very therapeutic, kind of like you think about your own relationship with your own art, whatever that may be, and your own creativity. So I read it and then I would like go on a walk. I read it, hang out with my family. So it's kind of easy to chew up in little bits. As I mentioned before, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about marathon training, like the actual distance of it, but I feel like that's normal. I'm at 9 weeks till marathon. It's kind of crazy. I've been doing these videos. I think this is going to be number 10. Thanks so much for watching. I need to grab a new book for the next video. I need to upload this. I'm back in New York, so I need to get some groceries. I have no food on me, and just start working and girl bossing, ironically, again. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.